This is my son.
This is your son?
Yes, this is one.
He was 7 years old?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Photos on her phone are all that Habiba has left of her 7-year-old son.
What is the situation like for you right now? How do you feel?
I'm not good. I'm not good.
After a devastating earthquake took him and 7 other family members.
My mother and my father, my brother, my son, and the son for my brother, and the 2 wives for a brother, and 1 children.
Clap singing, grief as rescuers pulled her father's body from the debris. Today, all that's left of her home is this pile of rubble. She's one of tens of thousands who've lost so much after a 6.8 magnitude earthquake hit Morocco, the deadliest the country has seen in more than 60 years. This is the moment the earth started shaking on Friday night. Panic in the streets of Marrakesh, the violent tremor sending people running, buildings crashing down around them, screams of horror at this wedding, this man just escaping as debris falls. Homes destroyed, cities and villages reduced to rubble.
Wow. Oh my God.
On day 3 of search and rescue efforts, the death toll nearly 3,000 people, with another 2,500 injured. The shaking felt right across the country, intense tremors in the bustling historic city of Marrakesh. But the epicenter of the earthquake struck to the south in rural mountain villages.
We've come higher into the high Atlas Mountains, and the devastation here is widespread across this entire area. We're told there are some communities higher into the mountains where the help has simply not arrived.
In a nearby village, we meet Mohammed and his son Abu Bakr. While their home was destroyed and they suffered injuries, they consider themselves lucky.
What was it like when the earthquake started?
It's like a wind, you know, I hear the wind from the window. So as I see my room's going like that, shaky, you know, then I says to my wife, we can run and go out. So just as we coming out, all of them, I am the last one, so I got this problem into my face and my legs. But we believe in our God.
Mohammed ran out of his house with his wife and kids just before it caved in. He and his family members are now living in a tent, while many other friends and relatives did not survive.
Yes, but we got some families which is cousins, and some families die.
We're sorry.
Yes, so actually right now it's still people on the houses or being destroyed. So as you see those trucks and all those workers, they are still digging to find that people as soon as possible. And
how many people do you think have died in your village?
You know, it's so hard to count how many people because it's too much.
Before the quake struck, this region was known for its beauty, a popular tourist destination. As a tour guide, Mohammed is now worried about the impact this could have on his livelihood.
This is the best place for any tourist. Tourist is a good income in Morocco, and they are good economy. They bring good economy.
Aid is arriving. We found local people handing out basic supplies. But reaching the quake's epicenter by road, even from these remote areas, can take several hours. Rescue teams flying in overhead. Today, helicopters dropping aid, finally reaching some of the most isolated communities. The true death toll in those areas still not clear.
All right, I'm here in Sour, just starting to get up in some of the Atlas Mountains. Some of the other teams have already gotten farther up there, delivering food.
Relief also coming in from around the globe. Jose Andres' World Central Kitchen on the ground, providing food in those hardest hit villages.
So many of the buildings, especially the ones built on the hillsides, have just completely collapsed. So people are making makeshift shelters like this.
Team Rubicon is also here. The organisation has been responding to disasters for the last 13 years. First founded after a massive earthquake struck Haiti in 2010.
It was actually an initial deployment of 8 personnel that has now grown to a force of over 175,000 volunteers.
The remote mountainous terrain in Morocco providing an extra challenge for teams on the ground.
There are a lot of rural communities that are impacted. We haven't been able to, or the Moroccan people haven't been able to assess all of the damage.
But like many other aid groups, Rubicon is limited on what it can actually do until the government gives it the green light. Right now, they just have a small team of scouts on the ground.
So really, really important job of theirs is to ensure that, number one, we're welcomed, and number two, that our teams are built and equipped to be able to serve the needs that Morocco is having shortfalls on. And as soon as we get their permission, our goal is to have all that work behind us so we can get the people into the field as quickly as possible.
So far, Morocco has accepted help from Spain, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates and the UK, but has yet to accept offers of aid from the US.
The Secretary and the Foreign Minister pledged to stay in close contact as the response efforts continue.
You can imagine with entities all over the world saying they have these unique resources, ideally the Moroccan government is able to compose teams that have the greatest impact on the survivors.
Many tourists and visitors were caught in the chaos as well.
The reason we were in Marrakesh was because we play with the national soccer team.
Tom Saintfiet is the head coach of the Gambian national soccer team. He and his team were in country, set to compete when the earthquake struck.
The mirror fell down, glasses fell down, parts of the air conditioning were flying out of the walls, and also some things of the ceiling fell down.
Players slept outside of their hotels, bracing for aftershocks. Some of them still shaken up, reminded of their experiences earlier this year in Turkey, when a massive earthquake killed 50,000.
These players who were in Turkey, they were really in shock, and they really thought it was the end. And
still, the team played their scheduled game at a field within the earthquake's affected region, and they qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations early next year.
We are here to play a soccer game, but what means a soccer game, Beth? There's so many people close to us, mourning about dead family and friends. We requested in the first place if it was possible to postpone the game, but later on Saturday we got the news that we had to play.
The team now safely back home, but so many residents here have nowhere else to go. Instead, left holding on to hope and rebuilding.
Now we are waiting until we'll see has our homes, how we can build new homes, and then we are having a good new life again.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.